Very good evening, students. This is Dr. Sangeeta on behalf of Zurek channel. Before proceeding to our new topic, let us all wish the NEET students that are going to take up to wish you all the best. Don't be panic. You can face this NEET exams very boldly. Okay? And take some precautionary methods as the government has said. Take your Aadhaar card, take your mask, take your sanitizers and all. So do well, you can all do it. Wishing you all the best from the Zoo Tech channel. Okay. So we'll come to the topic today. I'm going to take phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. Porifera means it can be defined as asymmetrical or radially symmetrical multicellular organisms with cellular grade of organization without well-defined tissues and organs. They are exclusively aquatic. They are mostly marine, sedentary, solitary or colonial animals with body perforated by pores, canals and chambers through which the water flows. That is the definition for Porifera. So, as I already told you, they are asymmetrical. What do you mean by asymmetrical? Asymmetrical means body doesn't have a symmetry. So, these animals, that is these organisms which cannot be divided into two similar parts. Which cannot be divided into two similar parts by any axis. That is asymmetrical. If you take radial symmetrical, that is, what is radial symmetry? The organisms with the radial symmetry, they show a very repeating patterns around the central axis such that they can be separated into several halves. That is, they can be separated into several identical pieces when they are cut into a central axis. That is radial symmetry. That is, it can be cut into any planes. This is radial symmetry. Whereas if you take bilateral symmetry, this can be cut into two halves. One on the right hand side, the other one with the left hand side. So radial symmetry is in any plane in the central axis. It can be cut into similar halves. That is the radial symmetry. So they are aquatic, they are mostly marine except one family, that is the Spongilidae, which lives in fresh water. The rest of the poriferans, they are all aquatic. Only one family, that is the Spongilidae, they lives in fresh water. Then they are sessile and sedentary and they grow like plants. What is sessile? Sessile means they are non-motile. They couldn't move. Okay, they couldn't move. They are sessile and they are sedentary. Sessile and sedentary and they grow like plants. And how the shape of the body will be? They'll be cylinder shape or you can say vase-like or cylindrical in shape. The body is cylindrical in shape. Okay. And I told you they are radially symmetrical. Then the body surface, they are being perforated by numerous pores. That is, you have ostia through which the water enters the body, and one or more large openings, you call it as the oscula, in which the water passes out. So you have the ostia. Ostia means what? Through which the water enters the body. Ostia means the water which will enter through the body, and you have a large openings. You have the large openings, you call as oscula, in which the water passes out from the body. So, which is water is entering the body, you call it as ostia. The water which passes out by means of oscula. Okay. And then the multicellular body, it is having so many cells. This multicellular body, they will be having the outer ectoderm and the inner endoderm. So, you call it as diploblastic animals. They are called as diploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals are what? They will be having ectoderm and endoderm, and they will be having an intermediate layer of mesenchyme. So, they are called as the diploblastic animals. Then, the interior, next point is, the interior space of the body is either hollow or permeated by numerous canals. They are lined with choanocytes. They are lined with choanocytes. So, there is a large opening present on the free end osculum. They show the presence of the cavity called as the sphingocele. So, this choanocytes, what they are doing is that they have a unique type of flagellated cells. They are called as choanocytes, which is used for the digestion. So they line the sphingocele as well as they line the sphingocele and the canal. So the unique character, that is the most distinctive character of this phylum Porifera, is that they are having the canal system. That is the most distinctive character in the case of phylum Porifera, canal system. Okay, then what we can say is the sponges, they have a water transport or the canal system. So the water is entering, as I already told you, the water is entering through the minute pores called as the ostia in the body wall into a central cavity called the sphingocele, from where it goes out through the osculum. So this pathway of the water transport is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange and removal of waste. So excretion, then that is, it is helpful in the food gathering, respiration exchange and removal of the waste. So these are the functions. Okay, and how does this Porifera have its nutrition? What is the mode of nutrition? Is that they are the filter feeders. They are filter feeders. What do you mean by filter feeders? The filter feeders, the food particles, they are collected by the choanocytes. They are collected by choanocytes from the water currents. So, the digestion is intracellular. Why it is intracellular? They do not have the digestive system. They are intracellular because they feed on the detritus. Detritus is what? It is a dead organic matter which is present in the water. Can you now understood? So these are the characters what I was telling for this phylum Porifera. And the nervous system, they are not well differentiated. This nervous and sensory cells, they are not probably not differentiated. And the sponges, they are monoecious. What is monoecious? They are hermaphrodite animals. What is hermaphrodite? Both male and the female sex organs are found in the same organism. So they are called as the hermaphrodites. So how is the reproduction? Reproduction is by asexual or by sexual methods. So asexual reproduction, you might know, it is by means of the buds and the gemmules, and sexual reproduction is also there in the case of sponges. And the sponges, they will be having a very high power of regeneration. They have a power of regeneration. That is the lost, the worn out parts can be replaced by a process of regeneration. Okay. And the sexual reproduction, it occurs by ova and the sperms. So the fertilization is internal. The fertilization is internal, but there will be cross fertilization occurs as a rule in the case of poriferans. And the cleavage is holoblastic. They will be having a bigger amount of yolk. Okay, and the development is indirect, and they will be having a free swimming ciliated larvae. You call it as amphiblastula. You call it as amphiblastula or parenchyma. So the organization of sponges, it has been grouped into three main types. One is called as the ascon type. Ascon. ASCON, ascon, cycon and the leuconoid. ascon, psychon and the leuconoid type due to the simplicity in some forms and complexity in others. I hope you understood this characters of Porifera. So let me read characters. Well, actually, you have to say they are aquatic, they are mostly they are marine, they are sessile, sedentary, and the body shape is cylinder. And then the most characteristic feature of this poriferans or the water, that is the canal system. So you have to say they are having numerous pores, that is the ostia through which the water enters the body, and they will have it in a cavity called the sphingocele, and one or more large openings in which the oscula by which the water passes out. And they are the diploblastic animals, that is they have an outer ectoderm and the inner endoderm, and sometimes they will be having an intermediate mesenchyme also. And then they'll be having the interior space of the body is being permeated by the numerous canals. They're lined with the choanocytes. The interior, as I already told you, the interior space, the sponge body is called as a sphingocele. And then we can talk about the mouth as absent. So digestion is intracellular. Excretory, respiratory organs are absent. The nervous cells and sensory cells are not differentiated, and the most important one is they are monoecious, that is they are hermaphrodites, that is both male and female are found in the, that is both the male and female sex organs are found in the same organism, and cleavage is colobastic. And other important is the canal system is the most important character in the case of phylum Poriferans. Hope you understood this session. I think you are clear with the color. So in next video I will be uploading the phylum Coelenterata characters and all. So thanks for watching my channel. Please don't forget to hit the bell button, and please subscribe my channel, and please share and comment the views on this Zootech channel. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.